or someone just made a mistake and they're scared and trying to cover their tracks.
Critical breaks in the case of missing co-ed Mickey Schnick.
We just want her back. We want her safe. We want her friend.
She left here at this house around 2 in the morning.
It was Mickey's family who confirmed the bike is hers.
For the first time in days, the Schnick family and investigators have something to go on.
I'm sure as I can be that it's Mickey. I mean, that's her. I can just tell by her posture on that bike.
Her bike discovered submerged underwater.
Our belief currently is that the bike was dumped beneath the bridge and was not thrown from the bridge.
I know that I'll never look at a missing persons case the same ever again.
The rim was bent with the tire dislodged from the rim itself.
I think even if someone had a gun to her back, she would run. She would have fought.
Tonight, new developments in the disappearance of Mickey Schnick. Police now taking direct aim at a white pickup truck that was seen in surveillance video right around the time this beautiful petite co-ed vanished while biking home in Lafayette, Louisiana. Police have now accounted for and eliminated the other 2 vehicles seen in the footage, but they are still on the hunt for the driver of this newer model white 4-door Chevy Z71 pickup truck. Is the person at the wheel either Mickey's kidnapper or a key witness? She vanished 11 days ago biking from a friend's house at about 2 in the morning. Her family believes this surveillance footage that you've been seeing shows Mickey on her bicycle. Okay, the last image of her just before she vanished, what happened to her? Her frantic family wants to find out. They are doing everything they can. A key break came just this past Saturday when fishermen discovered Mickey's bike under a bridge. It was sticking up out of the river about 25 miles from where she was last seen. It was a bridge connected to Interstate 10. The back wheel of her bike badly damaged. Does her bicycle hold the key as well to what happened to her?
But our belief currently is that the bike was dumped beneath the bridge and was not thrown from the bridge. A lot of things come into play. Obviously, the amount of traffic, regardless, I-10 is very heavily traveled. There is no shoulder up on that particular bridge.
I-10 connects Lafayette with several large port cities to the east. Could a predator have used the massive artery as a getaway, taking Mickey with him?
There's an exit off of I-10 under the bridge. That's where probably the bike got thrown into the water, and this person or persons who had basically, it looks like to me, kidnapped Mickey, got back on I-10 and headed, the bridge is eastbound, yeah.
Give me a call. What are your theories, your thoughts? 1-877-JVM says, 1-877-586-7297. We want to help this family, the devastated Schnick family, straight out to Mickey's father, Tom Schnick. Mr. Schnick, again, our hearts go out to you. We want to be helpful, keeping your daughter's face out there. I know that this is crushing for her family and friends. Popular girl, doing very well in school with her life ahead of her. Didn't have anything to drink that night, according to her friends, was drinking water and was simply biking home, which should be a right of a citizen in this country. A female should be able to get on her bike. And this is a travesty, and I know all of our viewers want to help you figure out what has happened. Mr. Schnick, have the police told you anything? For example, we understand they have told the volunteer searchers, back off, don't continue searching. Do you know why they said that, sir?
No, they didn't say that. They just took a day off. The Texas EquuSearch people and all had been out all day long in this 94, 95 degree heat, and they just took a day off. It's starting back up tomorrow morning.
Oh, good.
But that was just a foot search.
All right. Well, we were under the impression, and maybe it was the wording, that essentially the volunteers were told. I heard that a lot,
but that's what it was. Everybody, a lot of people were under that impression. But they, in effect, they just took a day off, and it was a foot search, not the search.
Well, I'll tell you what, Texas EquuSearch does an incredible job, and you're fortunate to have them on your team.
They're amazing.
They really are. I mean, we're a friend of Tim Miller. He's an amazing guy, and he had his own tragedy involving his own child, so it's a cause he holds dear. Here's the thing. whoever dumped Mickey's bike under that bridge, did they get on Interstate 10 and head east? That is one of the crucial questions. Now, there are nearly 100 traffic cameras along I-10 in Lafayette. But get this. This is a horror. They're live cameras for traffic they don't record. They're just to observe the traffic patterns. All right? Now, Lafayette is connected by I-10 to several small and mid-sized cities to the east. Baton Rouge, and then all the way to Jacksonville, Florida. Want to go out to Bill Warner, private investigator. If this major highway runs the width of the entire southern U.S. and was used as a getaway for a possible kidnapper, how do police proceed? Because I can tell you that we called Baton Rouge PD, the first big city to the east, and they said they're aware of this case, but they would not give us any information of what they might have done to try to find Mickey, referring us back to Lafayette PD. Bill.
Yes, I'm here. Yes,
yes.
I think they really need to expand this, this search for Mickey into Florida, because from the point where that bike was found under the bridge, it's only like under 4 hours and you're in Pensacola, Florida. I mean, it's just a quick shot one way. You're through 4 different states. You need to expand this search beyond Louisiana.
Well, why do you say Florida? I mean, we've got all these other cities between Lafayette and Jacksonville, Florida. Do you think that this individual, if there is this individual in this white pickup truck driving with Mickey, that he would go all the way to Florida, and if so, why?
Well, I'm aware that there's a lot of construction work along the Gulf Coast, and a lot of people that live in Florida work over in Louisiana, Mississippi, and they work during the week and they come back on the weekends. Mickey was basically, I feel, kidnapped on a Saturday night, a weekend. They need to look into this.
All right, police want to talk to the driver of a newer model white Chevy Z71 pickup truck seen on the surveillance video. Now, Holly Hughes, former prosecutor, how do cops go about finding this truck? Obviously, it's great that they have a white Chevy pickup truck. Can they go through registration and get the thousands and try to whittle it down?
Well, they can, but that's not going to be near as effective as what we are doing right now, Jane. Putting it out there in the media. They're also going to visit all the local businesses, see if that truck pulled in, and check credit card receipts for the same timestamp that's on the video. They'll try and narrow it down that way because, quite frankly, they just don't have the manpower and resources to look through 32,000 registered white pickups. They're depending on the public. They're depending on people who were in the area, and they will check all the surveillance cameras from local businesses to see if there's a different angle. Can they get a partial license plate? If they can get a partial license plate, that'll narrow it down.
And remember, there was a woman who said in the same area, somebody in the same exact, she described a white middle-aged man in the same exact kind of pickup trying to pick her up using very sexual language, offering to pay her for sex.
Right.
So, my gosh, Joe Gomez, senior investigative reporter, KTRH News Radio, that to me dovetails this pickup truck and then this experience this girl in this area had not so long ago.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to, connect the dots here, Jane. It sounds to me like there might be a sexual predator lurking out there in Lafayette. I mean, the guy even reportedly admitted to this woman that he picked up that he likes to drive around looking for girls and that she was, even on a bicycle. Maybe this guy, finally snapped. It's also interesting is that Bloomington police in Indiana also had a case where a young college co-ed went missing after coming home from a night on the town as well. So they're investigating to see if those two cases might be connected, Jane.
Bike with a fine-tooth comb. They're taking whatever they can. If there's paint on it from another vehicle, that would indicate maybe it was a car accident. There could be fingerprints. There could be DNA. We don't have that information back yet, unfortunately. Straight out to the phone line. Cynthia, North Carolina, your question or thought?
Yes, Jane. Hi, I love you. I just wanted to let you know that. Also, why did her friend let her leave at 2 o'clock in the morning all by herself, being a girl and everything? Why didn't she just sleep there?
Well, first I want to go to Dr. Robbie Ludwig, psychotherapist, because Brentley, her very dear friend, is hysterical, sobbing, crying. I mean, I feel bad for him because he is just obviously racked over the fact that he was the last person to see her. But apparently, Mickey enjoys riding. She actually has, I believe, a tattoo of a little bicycle. I mean, she's an avid cyclist.
I read that she had a tattoo on her ankle or somewhere. Listen, you know, when you're friends with somebody, you don't think they're going to be in danger, especially if they're not drinking, if they tend to live a healthy lifestyle. I imagine Mickey probably went home a lot via her bicycle late at night and nothing ever happened. So we can't blame the friend. The friend just assumed that she was safe. There was no reason to assume anything other than that. And of course, that's not the case. I think what we need to blame are, you know, the people who are out committing these crimes. But to blame a friend, you know, that it's just unfortunate timing.
I'll tell you what upsets me is the fact that there are all these cameras. We have tons of cameras along the I-10, the very interstate that authorities fear she may have been taken on. And remember, it goes through Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge has the distinction of being one of the top 10 cities in the U.S. when it comes to human trafficking. Teenage girls are often the victim of human trafficking. And that would be, in a sense, a good scenario in the sense that she would still be alive. That's what we want to do, is find Mickey alive. But what absolutely infuriates me, Bill Warner, private investigator, is that we talk to transportation officials. There are cameras all the way up and down the I-10, but none of them, to our understanding, record. So even if this had been caught, this vehicle had been seen, it wouldn't have been recorded. And they say it's because there are constitutional issues. I don't really get it, because in New York City, there's cameras all over the place for terrorism reasons. I think, you know, killers, domestic criminals, let's put it that way, are domestic terrorists.
Well, I agree, but no, yeah, I agree, but that happens all the time. I travel I-10 myself a lot, but you'll find that all the rest areas are heavily cameraed. So they need to look at these rest areas from the Lafayette area all the way into Pensacola. You just don't know. You might pick up something. There's all kinds of stuff. You need to expand this. You need to look at what happened in Fayetteville, North Carolina, with the woman who disappeared, the soldier. She was at a bar right along I-275. I mean, come on.
Our hearts go out to the Schnick family. We are going to stay on the story. We will not forget about your daughter. We want to find her. Mr. Schnick, thank you for joining us. And we are going to stay on top of this story.